Hello everyone, I'm MVL and today we'll be unboxing this Super Nintendo Mini, the SNES Classic Edition. Now I will be showing you the contents of the box and I will be comparing the gameplay footage to the original SNES and I will be showing you HDMI captured footage. Now I will note that this does not include a power adapter for the European model. You will require something like this. This is a Gaiotech power supply for the NES Classic, or any USB power supply will do. An iPhone charger will work. So let's check this box out. It is really nice. I really like the packaging and I'm incredibly fortunate to pick up an SNES Classic. They're getting quite hard to come by. So let's open this up and have a look inside here, see what we've got. Open this up, leave the box in the background. We have the instructions manual. Now, this includes multiple languages for the European version and some Nintendo points, but it does not include a poster like the American model. So there's that. We have, the controllers. This is really cool to have a look at these. Wow, this is really awesome. The plastic does feel a bit different, but then again, it's new, isn't it? So that's really cool. And as I understand, the cables are a bit longer than the NES Classic. That was probably one of my biggest complaints about the NES Classic. The cable size was a bit short. You have to play with it pretty close towards you. And there you go, I got there eventually, and as you can see the cable is a lot longer than it was on the NES Classic. So that's really cool. Longer cable. D-pad feels nice, the buttons feel good. Feels pretty good to me, and the good thing about this is it comes with 2 controllers. How awesome is that? So you've got an extra controller for your friends to play with. For your 2-player games, you're not searching for one of those really expensive NES Classic controllers, so that's really cool. Okay, so what else have we got in here? We have a USB lead. This is really cool. You will still need a USB power supply to power the system, but it's still really handy that they included this. Good to have that power lead. What do we have in here also? We have a HDMI lead. Now that's really handy. Always good to have some HDMI leads. That's pretty awesome, so I'm glad to have that. And finally, the thing we've been waiting for, the system itself. Ooh, it's so pretty and tiny. So what do we got here? We got a power button. I like that. That's really nice. We have a reset button and an eject button that doesn't work, and we have a cartridge slot here which obviously doesn't open, and this is where the controllers go in. How do I get this open? Okay, there's a little nub underneath here. We just flip that open and we pull it aside and we can get to the controllers. Kind of cool that they hid it if you want it to look as a display piece, but I actually find that kind of annoying. Everything else looks like as you'd expect. We have our HDMI here and our power supply input. Really cool. So let's have a look at this compared to the original Super Nintendo. So here we go. Here's a quick and pointless size comparison. I have noticed a little problem with the SNES Classic, and it's the cartridge door doesn't open, so I can't figure out how I'm supposed to play Zombies Ate My Neighbors this way. Come on, get in there. Alright, I guess there must be some other way to play the games on this. So have a look at this. This is really cool. Look how tiny this is compared to the original. I mean, goodness gracious. That's really cool. I really like the look of this thing. It's so nice. And as per usual, I will show you a comparison with the original and the new controller. How cool is this? Now, they do feel a bit different, and that's largely because this one is made of new plastic and this is the old controller. Now I would say try and guess which is which visually, but you can see a bit of yellowing on the plastic on the old one. It doesn't feel exactly the same, but it definitely feels good. It definitely feels like a good quality controller, and you get 2 of them. How awesome is that? So here we are on the SNES Classic main screen. Now let's take a look at all of these games. First we have CONTRA 3, The Alien Wars, Donkey Kong Country, Earthbound, aka Mother 2. Now that would cost more than this system by itself, and it never came to Europe, so it's really cool to have that. F-Zero, Final Fantasy 3, aka Final Fantasy 6, Kirby's Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course, Mega Man X, Secret of Mana, Star Fox, and Star Fox 2. Now, to unlock Star Fox 2, you have to complete the first level of Star Fox, which I have already done, so let's give this a go. Whoa! Now that's cool. So there we have Star Fox 2 unlocked. And what's really cool about this is Star Fox 2 was never officially released. This is the closest you can get to playing it on a real Super Nintendo. So what else have we got here? We have Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting, Super Castlevania IV, Super Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Mario Kart, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars. That was never released in Europe, so that's really cool to have that. Super Mario World, Super Metroid, Super Punch-Out!, The Legend of Zelda A Link to the Past, and Yoshi's Island. Now I'd like to show you some gameplay footage of Super Mario World and compare that to the original Super Nintendo. Now here we have Super Mario World running on the SNES Classic Mini, and it looks fantastic through HDMI, but I would also like to quickly show you a comparison between the SNES Mini and the original Super Nintendo. So now you can get a really good look at the difference in quality between the two. I captured both of these systems with my Elgato game capture. The Super Nintendo Mini was captured by HDMI, and the original Super Nintendo was captured by composite cables because the Elgato unfortunately doesn't accept RGB SCART. With that said, there's quite a visual upgrade with the Super Nintendo Mini, and the biggest difference for myself as a PAL gamer is that it is in 60Hz, with the original Super Nintendo running at 50Hz. So now I'd like to show you the save state feature and the rewind functions. Here we are playing Super Mario World on one player, and I will give this a go. This game looks fantastic, by the way. Here we are. So let's see what we can do here. Jump on all of these guys here, and now I will press the reset button on the system right here, and we will drop back to the main menu. If we press down, we go to our suspend point list. If we press the Y button, we save, but I'm going to press X and rewind the game. So let's rewind with the X button, and here we have the timeline of the game. The left and right triggers move us along. I'll jump forward here, we can see ourselves starting the level. I'll jump forward a bit more, and we can see ourselves jumping on the enemies right here. So if I press start, I will enter the game at that point. Really cool, really neat function to have. This is a really great feature. If you get killed or you make a mistake, you're able to easily correct it with the rewind function. So now I'd like to show you some of the options you have on the SNES Classic. We have our display options right here where we can have 4.3 aspect ratio, CRT feature. I don't know if I'm a big fan of the fake scan lines, or pixel perfect, which shows every pixel as a perfect square. Now we also have some borders here we can add to the frame. I'm a fan of just leaving the borders black, but you also have some more colourful options down here. I'll just scroll through and give you a good look at those. Some of them look really cool, but I prefer to keep the focus on the game itself. So there you have it, that's the SNES Classic Edition Mini unboxing and quick review. Thank you for watching, please like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you next time.